With a deep awareness of the responsibility conferred by your trust, I accept your nomination for the presidency of the United States.
Ronald Reagan's rise to accept his party's nomination is a story begun years before. It began in America's heartland, small-town Illinois. From a close-knit family, a sense for the value of family. Character is formed here, for thrift, for hard work. Luxuries were few and hard to come by. A love of sports, a flair for acting, led to a job as radio sportscaster. He covered the Chicago Cubs. They trained in California. He followed them there. It was a fateful move. Open to opportunity, he became an actor, then a star. His appeal came from his roots, his character. He appealed to audiences because he was so clearly one of them. He was a peacetime volunteer Army officer, and with the outbreak of World War II, he signed on for active duty. 4 years later, Air Force Captain Reagan returned to Warner Brothers and to the most challenging period of his life. A dedicated union man, he was elected president of the Screen Actors Guild 6 times. The successful struggle to improve salaries and working conditions was joined to a fight to keep union members in control of their union. Organized crime menaced the film industry. Union President Ronald Reagan helped fight them off. This battle for the freedom of America's working men and women intensified his belief in the democratic process, began his involvement in political life.
Do you solemnly swear that you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign or domestic?
I do.
Elected governor of the state of California, Ronald Reagan inherited a state in crisis. California was spending $1 million a day more than it was taking in. There was a $194 million deficit. The process of government was threatened by bankruptcy. Working with volunteer teams from all sectors, Governor Reagan got things back on track. The people of California rewarded Ronald Reagan and his creative leadership with a second term. Governor Reagan was the greatest tax reformer in the state's history. His program included property tax relief and tax reforms, totaling nearly $3 billion. The San Francisco Chronicle said, "We exaggerate very little when we say that Reagan has saved the state from bankruptcy." When Governor Reagan left office, the $194 million deficit had been transformed into a $554 million surplus. And while saving the taxpayers hundreds of millions of dollars, he improved the quality of life for the people of California. A California labor union president said this about Governor Reagan: "Governor Reagan has signed AFL-CIO-backed bills for injured and unemployed workers for more than $266 million. No governor, Republican or Democrat, has ever done anything like that." Inspired by his success in California, Ronald Reagan has taken his message to America. The record achieved in America's most populous, most economically productive state is clear. As an economic power, California would rank 7th in the world. And the problems California faced in 1967 are ones America faces today. Governor Reagan dealt with California's problems. He will do as much for America. The time is now for Reagan. Reagan for president.